after getting sick multiple times in a row here in Bali, I knew the universe was trying to show me something big. So I came to Ubud, found a healer. She does craniosacral. And what has come up out of my body and my fascia, as well as what she's heard my body and talked me through in the sessions, has blown my mind. So I want to share with you specifically what came up yesterday. And it had a lot to do with self-worth and belonging, because that is stored in the pelvis, and that kept coming up for me. And what we realized is I get to realize that I can take up space, because I grew up in a chaotic household, and especially my brother was getting all this attention and was making trouble. And so I just try to be the good one, get the perfect grades, don't make trouble, like uphold the space. And because of that, I can stay quiet and block my throat chakra and not express my real needs. And then that became layers of anger and just so much I wasn't seeing about my own self. So with that, yesterday we found, it's so hard to explain because it was like journeying through my body at the same time. One big thing we identified was that when I have that feeling of worry and overthinking and overstressing and performance and wondering, how do I need to be? How do I need to show up? What do I do? What do I need to fix? Because I'm an Aries and I'm a really hard worker, and I'll just think all day long about all my problems and how to solve them. And instead, I got to channel an animal or a plant energy to align with instead, because nature does not try. Nature does not try to belong, to try to fit in and be loved and be a certain way. Nature just is. So I channeled being a huge rainforest tree. And big rainforest trees have always been special to me. And then it was crazy because last night we were watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the episode was about the banyan tree, the huge tree that you reach enlightenment under and that people gravitate towards, and it just brings them in. And what I realized is that I get to be this tree where things work out for me, things and success and opportunities gravitate to me because I'm just me, and I'm huge, and I take up my space, and I know who I am, and I stand for it, versus my worry is a little ant in the forest, working really, really hard, and trying to, progress, because that's what the overworking really hard is. And the tree says, oh, little ant, you are not working so hard, lost in the jungle, trying to find your way. You are part of the jungle. Look at me, I'm connected to everything. So that is really healing for me to have that. I also connected with these guides and spirits that I've seen before in meditations. That's a whole nother story though. I don't know if I'll drop into that one today. But yeah, it's been really crazy. I got Bali Belly over and over again after doing fascial release. Then I met Jason from the Human Garage and did more fascial release stuff. And then Jack and I were getting fevers and headaches. And we started seeing a healer, and once again we just were getting sick over and over. And it's really lifted the veil. I feel like I had this really dark, heavy, serious energy on me. And now I feel really light and pure and playful and full of joy and love and back into the magic of the mystery of the universe. And in fact, she said that she lifted a huge golden tombstone off of me and off of my energy. And when she did, I didn't know what she was lifting. She told me what it looked like after, but she like called in help, and then I felt my body go weightless. It was crazy. And after every session, whoever I've been with or my partner have been like, wow, your eyes are glowing and they're white, or your face has changed, or your smile has changed. I feel like my lips have been changing. My posture, my shoulders, how I hold myself, it's all been so different, like reflected through the body. And we're also healing the mind and the emotional state at the same time. But I recommend you find a craniosacral healer, because I've done a lot of stuff trying to heal through my mind, like Joe Dispenza, knowing, oh, I should think and feel this way. I see these thought patterns, let me change this about my mind and rewiring my mind. But getting into the body and the really deep body and the fascia and seeing things from your childhood, or they say even like past lives or from the bloodline and the lineage can be passed down in you too to release, is wild. And it's just been healing normal things too, like my posture imbalances, my super swollen ankle and my knee and my shoulders and my hips, and Jack really healed his back. And these little injuries change our consciousness every day. It can make us so much more hardened or irritated, or there could be different things latched onto us that are not that good. And release that, like Jack had something like pulled out from under his lung, like an old cloth, it felt like, and he could feel it leaving him, and he's never been as woo-woo as me. And after that, he's like, well, it's definitely real. So this has also just brought me deeper into my spirituality, my connection with God, my connection with self ever than before, and understanding and seeing too that I am here to really connect to the cosmos and the earth and be this pillar with these huge wings and this open blue throat and stand for purity and truth. And she saw that in me, and I've seen it before in meditation. And she's like, I don't want to tell you, because a lot of spiritual people will say like Egypt, and throw that around, but that she saw this Egyptian lady with these huge wings, and she thinks it was like the Sphinx, this gatekeeper of truth or annihilation, and the throat was blue and beaming. And I've felt that before, and I think that truth is so important to me as I come out here and I share these really vulnerable things with you guys. I'm increasingly always trying to share more and more of my authenticity, as well as spread the truth that a lot of people don't want to hear, that's been suppressed, that can be very triggering, especially things like health and not wearing sunscreen and stop eating seed oils and foot prisons and all that side of truth as well. So I feel like I am really here to ignite an awakening, and that's only going to be possible if I get big and I stand in my truth and I stand for my truth unwaveringly and show up in that authentic and pure and strong way. Oh, okay, in the next episode we'll have to talk about everything I found out about femininity and motherhood, and that you get to decide your own version of what that looks like to be feminine, to be a mother. You could be a wild woman mother. Let me know if you guys want to hear about that. Or if you have any questions, because this has been wild. Thanks for listening.